Hi, welcome to Vintage Finds. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to Value Village and then I'm going to go to a thrift store across the street. I want to donate some things, so that's a good excuse to go. The reason I'm going to this thrift store, this is the expensive one. The reason I'm going to this thrift store is because they'll give me a coupon, and there's a Goodwill down the street, but that Goodwill does not give you coupons for donating. And they don't have the half off or color or any of those things that you see in other people's videos or you know, in the US. And there's another one in Oakville that does do that, but this one does not. So I'm not gonna get a coupon, so I'm not gonna donate there. I don't know if I'm gonna go there either because I'm still sick. It's gonna be 14 days tomorrow that I've been sick and I was on antibiotics. Is it possible to get 2 infections at the same time? Because I think that's what's happening here to me anyways. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy. Please remember to subscribe and comment and like if there's something in particular you saw and you wanted to say something about it, and share the video if you enjoy too. Alright. This is an extra long video. It's over an hour. Just a disclaimer. I usually go straight to the furniture section at Value Village just to make sure I don't miss anything awesome, especially since my cart is empty. This curio, the vintage one, was actually really beautiful. It had a lot of cool, intricate designs. I also think thrift stores are a great place to buy TV tables and dining chairs, but especially TV tables because you can find the wood ones for really cheap, like these ones. Meanwhile, if you were to buy the plasticky ones these days, you're like paying the same amount, you know. I'm gonna come back to these bamboo chairs right after I check this little table. It was okay, wasn't feeling it. Anyways, there were 4 of these bamboo chairs. I'm waiting for this person to move away. No cushions, but that's not a problem if you really wanted them, you know. They were $9.99 each. So for 40 bucks you'd get the 4. If you had like a cottage with like a farmhouse vibe, these would be great, especially since their backs were arched, kind of curved and really big. So they weren't little chairs, but really pretty if you were looking for something like that, you know. At the art section, I found this hand-painted watercolor painting, and I just think the freehand and the way that it was made was really pretty. I haven't staged it because the frames I had didn't fit it, and I didn't want to damage the actual painting, so I'm still waiting on finding the frame. Then I will post it. Sorry for the sniffles, guys. Anyways, I saw this framed copper art piece, but it was damaged, but I thought it was actually pretty cool. I later found the second piece of it. I'll show you. Also, thrift stores are a great place to find mirrors. You know how expensive mirrors, I mean, you know how expensive mirrors are if you go buy them, especially if they're made of wood and they have intricate frames. So look at the paintings at the top. That's like home sense type paintings, and if you were staging your home to sell, or if you had an Airbnb that you rented out, this is a great place to buy art that you can hang in your home and stage it, or even your basement, you know. This one I picked up because it looked really cool, the frame and everything. This was kind of in it somehow, so I couldn't really change it. I would have had to paint over it or stick something over it. I'm saying hi to you guys, but like, so weird. Anyways, I didn't end up getting that round car painting or car picture thing. This is the second one with the tree on it. I actually liked it, but I didn't grab it. Not exactly sure why, I just passed on it. See, look at all these paintings, abstract and very contemporary, that you could put in your homes if you're not looking for especially vintage. So this one was seemed like an original painting. I like that. I love these flowers, but I like the round matting and everything. At the end, I did not get it. It was $15.99 because my cart, you'll see, my cart was so full, and then I had to cut out some pieces at cash, so I ended up leaving this painting. It was gone when I went again, but It was definitely a pretty painting. Here's another frame. I didn't end up getting it, but now that I think about it, maybe that watercolor would have fit in this one. But I have so many frames, and before I checked it at home, I didn't want to buy another one, you know? But again, great place to buy frames and contemporary art and vintage art. This was a massive mirror, very contemporary, but if this is your style, it's a great mirror to buy for your home. Sometimes Value Village or thrift stores get like identical art. I wonder if they're getting donated directly from the store. Probably. Here's a wood lamp. It's definitely vintage. I really liked it. It was just missing, and here you can tell by the plug when it's, you know, really old. It was missing the top part to hold the lampshade in, so I didn't end up picking it up, but I love the shape on that one. Okay, so here I found that I think triangular shaped shades are back in style, or even if they're not back in style, I think that's what's the vibe is nowadays. For if you're dressing up your home vintage or decorating it vintage. This was $4.99 and really solid. It was really well made. You watch me putting it at the bottom there, and then I start piling stuff on top of it. Anyway, here, ignore the wires, but here it is at my home. It's really yellow though, and my daughter did not like it. She liked the older one, or the newer one that I got, like this one. She thought it was brighter, so I didn't end up using it. I'm probably gonna end up selling it on my shop or at the antique market booth. This here, I picked these up because they're really that, you know, dark Victorian vibe. They have the shape, they have the red color, they were velvet. I know velvet or velvety. I'm not sure if it's actually velvet. I know velvet is back in style, as seen in Anthropology. Here's the shelf with the figurines and everything. This box was cool, but nothing special. Looks like somebody donated their pig collection. I picked this little tray thing up because it looked cool. Quite a rustic vibe, but it's not vintage. It was $12.99, and even though I put it in my cart, I ended up leaving it behind. Here's a chessboard. It has skulls under it as feet. This is so my vibe. I love the whole dark Victorian Gothic vibe, but I'm also very eclectic bohemian with my style. But I love to have these accents, not just for Halloween. So I saw a lot of glass art, but I wasn't feeling glass art this time around, and I didn't end up grabbing. I know these go for a lot of money, and a lot of people do put these in their booths and in their shops, but not really feeling glass art. This was not marble. This was very cheap material. Not sure what it was, but I like the shape. This was a leather covered vintage box. Kind of reminded me of like a cigar box, but it was just for jewelry. I did not end up getting this either. I think though it was for men to put your cufflinks and your watch in, not like an actual jewelry box. Okay, so this bowl had really cool colors with the green and the blue and the black, but I think it was like scratched up, the design and stuff. I didn't really feel it. Here's more glass art. I know these go for money. Again, I wasn't feeling it for $17.99. I was touching it and looking at it because I know like any vintage reseller would grab it in a second, and I don't know why I'm not grabbing it. It's just not feeling it. I don't know what's happening. Also, I think I'm sticking to things that I personally really love and I personally would put in my homes. I don't think I would do a lot of glass art in my home, although I do love colored glass and crystal items, but maybe it's just not my style, and that's why I'm trying to kind of stay away from it a little bit. Here's the candle stand and candle section. You've probably heard a lot of people say in thrifting videos that candles are, if you're going to buy candles, it's best to buy them at thrift stores. And I think that's true because really big ones and really cool ones you can buy them for really cheap here and usually unused. Here's candle stands. Of course I was going to buy candle stands. Come on, guys. I love the shape on these. The little round sphere at the bottom just is a little slightly different than what I've seen before, and finding a pair for this size, look how beautiful they look. I did not have matching candles to stage. I don't know why. I do have them somewhere, I just couldn't find them. Anyways, but look how pretty they look. They look great if you had them on a buffet or a sideboard or even an entrance table on the edge, and have other stuff in the middle. I think that would be really cool. This was a winner's piece or something. And if you look here, I'm picking these up. They're like a bronze and rustic looking. $4.99 for two. I think this thrift stores are a great place to buy for weddings as well, because if you were looking for table settings or centerpieces for candles or whatever, you could sometimes find a lot of these. This was a chariot. It was a candle holder. It was really silver. I know it was made in India, probably silver plated, but it was way too shiny. Definitely not vintage, so I passed on it. Here's the vase and pot section. Look at the variety here. You can find all sorts of shapes and sizes, and I actually did pick up some unique shapes. Okay, here's the brass one. Obviously, I was going to pick this up. Didn't have a price, and I believe they priced it at $7.49 for me at cash, which was awesome because it was solid brass, had a bit of patina at the bottom, which just tells me that it's real and vintage. Here I staged it on top of a table. It doesn't necessarily have to go on top of the table because it is tall, but I think a shape like this in your home can just really add character. Sorry, the lighting for my staging this time around was a little off, but next time I will make sure it's good. So going back to the vase section, like here, this looks vintage as well. It was way too big and kind of not my style, so I didn't grab it. The black one here was actually too wobbly, so probably contemporary because I felt like it would fall over and break pretty fast. The shapes here, if you look at any of the high-end stores, they do have specific shapes, different colors, but specific shapes for the season or for the year that are in for like $100, $200. But you can just grab these and paint them. I actually have a DIY video coming up where the vases that I grabbed here, I picked them up for their shape, and then I painted them with baking soda, white paint, and some gold paint to make it kind of like beige and make it look like pottery. So make sure to tune into that video when I post it. Also, the things that you see here in my videos, you should be able to find them on my website, which is vintagefinds.ca. And I have shipping free over $99 and flat rate shipping for $9.99. So please go ahead and check out the website as well. I'll link it in the description. I always find it hard to concentrate and find shapes in clear glass because they're sitting on white shelves. It's really hard if there's like nothing colorful inside them. But I do try. I try my best. You see those identical green colored glass vases down there? See, stuff like this is great for staging or for, baby showers, little events that you want similar pots for or vases for. This one was plastic, so did not grab it. This one was probably like a base of like a plant holder, a small base. Did not grab that either. Then I thought, oh look, I saw another one, but nope, this is also plastic. This pot looked vintage with the design on it and the color and the shape, but I wasn't feeling it, so I left it behind. Normally I would grab the one with the wood base right away, but I didn't. Okay, here we're in the middle section, but we're not going to stay here long because I see something on the other side, and you'll notice then I start running towards the wood section. But I was looking through here, and you see that bowl, the carved wood bowl. I'm like, all right, let's run to the other section. Once I got there though, like right now, I was, by the way, getting really lucky. Every time I entered an aisle, people would just leave, which was awesome because I can't otherwise concentrate or find the things I really want to find. I feel like I'm always too aware of the people around me. Here's a bigger version of what I just saw. It's carved wood. It looked pretty dark, and you can't tell right now, but it's actually teak. When I went home and I opened it up, or I lifted the lid, it was teak inside, and then I started cleaning. Do you know how long it took me to clean both of these? First of all, I didn't find the small one for so long. I'm like, oh my god, am I okay? I know I just saw it from the other side, but I can't find it. I didn't end up getting that little pipe thing or this elephant. I thought I finally found an elephant with its teeth intact, but actually once I got to cash, I realized one of them was broken. And then I picked up a wooden bowl, I believe. Yep, there it is. I left that one behind as well at cash eventually for $10.49. I didn't think I wanted to pay that much for the carved bowl. I'm still looking for the little one that I saw from across the other side, and I still can't find it. It's really hilarious. I was just like, okay, but I wasn't panicking because there weren't other people in the aisle, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take my time. I'll find it. It's there. I know it's there. Then I noticed this carved wood plaque, wall plaque, and I wanted to have a look and see what it was. Nowadays, you usually find the religious ones, like with Jesus Christ and Mary, like this one. It actually was brass inlay, so if I was into that, I would have picked it up. This was African, or looked like African. It was elephants and trees. It was about $19, and I passed on it. Okay, finally found it for $7.49. The bigger one didn't have a price, but they gave it to me for $13.49 at cash. Look at this. This was teak inside, and look at how dirty the top is. And I'll show you after 40 minutes of scrubbing and cleaning, trying to make sure I don't damage the wood. I got it to finally get its original kind of shine out, and then I oiled it. And I'm going to show you how they look once I oiled them for 24 hours, and then I staged them. I put one of my teak spoon sets in there, in one of them, but I think, look how beautiful they look with the carved wood. I am obsessed with carved wood designs, like, because I know they're handmade. I think that's what it is. I'm not exactly sure where they're from. At first I thought they were from India, but I don't think so. The design is a little different. The carvings are different, and the fact that they're teak bowls, such massive ones, I'm not sure exactly where they're from, but I love them. All right, moving on. I just went back to check the price on this one. It was $19.99, and I did not want to pay that much for wooden plaque, wall plaque thing. So I picked up this corner shelf thing. This is the one that goes on, it could go on your desk or something, right? And it was pretty, but not as pretty as another one that was gorgeous, and I left it behind, and I regret leaving it, so I didn't get that one either. Here's the dough bowl. Okay, this is ancient, or I call it ancient, but it's antique dough bowl, also teak, which I found out when I got home. It was $15.49, but these online sell for about $100 to $250 because they're antique, and just the way that they're made. And I was just like, wow, what a great find. And even in the store, people kept stopping me and asking me, like, where did you get that? How much is it? And I'm just happy that I get lucky like this most of the time. This one had a brass little knob and looked cool, but also a little contemporary, so I left it. Okay, here's a wood spoon. This time I checked. I didn't get scammed. It was $2.49. Last time a spoon that looked like that was turned out to be not wood. It was like plasticky, but this one is wood. I made sure I knocked on it several times, and so I grabbed it. Okay, so I also grabbed the pestle, and I believe this is a pestle and mortar thing, but it was missing the pestle. I put it in my cart, but I didn't end up getting it because I didn't want to get a missing piece. So this box, carved wood, definitely hand carved, was really beautiful. But for $8.49, the top of it was being scratched off. The world map on there was scratched off. So technically, I could have put something else on there and decoupaged it to make it look pretty, but I didn't feel like putting in the work. That would have been another project to add to my list. I grabbed this little thing to stage and show off smaller products that I have in my booth. For $3.49, I think this was a great display item to get. I sometimes look for shelves just to add to my home here and there. You know, there's so much wall space that goes unused, so I try to find shelving that I can just put on, sometimes even IKEA. So I'm checking to see if I still want it. I didn't, so I left it behind. Here I'm looking for teapots or cool ones, you know, something that's a little unique and a little vintage. And I saw this big black thing. So it had the top thing broken off. Okay, I don't think it was a teapot. I think it was a pitcher. Sorry, I'm not making a good enough video here because that little snout thing wasn't a snout. It was actually just the handle. But it was broken and it was expensive. I think it was $17.99 for a broken piece. I did not want to do that. This teapot, so whimsical. I didn't get it though. I'm not sure why. Wasn't feeling it. It's okay though. I think it's best to buy things that you're feeling in the moment. Like this one was really pretty too for $12.99. I wasn't sure if it was vintage though. It looked vintage, but nowadays stuff like this you can find. It wasn't crystal, it was glass. You can find stuff like this in like, okay, I'm looking at this again because I'm like, oh my god, it's so beautiful and it's handmade and carved, but it's broken. So yeah, not for $17.99. I didn't want to spend that kind of money for a broken piece. This amber bowl was plastic, but this one was glass, very contemporary. If I bought this, it would have been for my own home or to give as a gift to my mom because she loves this color. I did put both this and another tray that looked exactly like that in my cart, but I ended up passing on them once I got to cash. Here I am looking for a yellow sort of fall decor kind of platter plate. This one was way too thick and nothing too special happening, so I considered it because last time I went to the thrift store I didn't get the plate with the brown design on it, so I was like, maybe I'll get this instead. But I'm glad I didn't because, you know, you'll see later in the video I actually found that plate at the thrift store eventually. As soon as I saw that this was brass on that little catch-all tray for $3.99, I knew it was vintage, and I believe it said made in USA, so I knew that it was vintage. And I actually liked the color. It was really springy, so but you could stage it up for fall too, so I definitely grabbed it. Here I am trying to play Tetris already with my cart because it's so full. This one was also vintage, I could tell, but I already got the other one and I wasn't too sure about this. These plates look like they were something else, not usable. They had like brass inlay or maybe some gold thing that was like on top of it. It wasn't inside, wasn't a design painted. I got this basket for $5.99, and there was a bigger one for $6.99, but it had water damage and I would have had to, once again, it would have been a project piece. That was a cheese tray that I didn't get, but I got the one for the $5.99, this one, to stage my product. So once again, as a display piece, I think it was a good buy. This is a marble cheese platter, I guess. It was really heavy and really cool. I do like solid marble pieces, but I didn't end up getting it because I don't think I have a lot of luck with cheese platters. Here I found the bigger tray version of the bowl I was looking at earlier, and it was a great piece, but at the end, once I got to cash, I didn't end up getting it because, well, it was actually vintage. Here I'm looking at unique shaped plates to see if I can find something to add to my home, or maybe even just, paint it up and make it look like one of those high-end pieces that they're selling these days. Okay, so what is this thing? I don't know what it is, but it's definitely vintage looking. So this tray was $12.99. Like I said, I passed on it after thinking about it. This blue bowl would have been great on top of that big tray. All right, so I found this vase because I went back to the vase section because I didn't think I looked at it properly. It just said Japan. It looked like studio pottery. It was drip glaze. I do like that for $7.99. But the colors, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I love the shape and the handle, so I got it to DIY it. I did not end up getting this big yellow one, although now I look at it and I actually like it. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh my god, please don't paint. I could have gotten that one too. Please don't paint like pottery. But you know what? That pottery wasn't signed, and I don't think it was actually studio pottery. I believe it was just mass produced. So here is the kind of vase that I was looking for. These are the shapes that are in these days. For $7.99, if I go ahead and do my little DIY on it, I think I can make it look exactly like the Anthropology one that they're selling for like $200 or something ridiculous. This one had a really cool shape. So the top was where the flowers went. It was open, but the bottom was not, which is cool. But if you did put it upside down, you could probably put a candle in it. I'm gonna do the DIY on this as well, and like I said, you guys should go and watch that video if I've already uploaded it. I'm not sure yet. This one was metal and it was patinaed. $5.99. I really like the color because that's what's in these days too. Look at this. This is a high-end, from a high-end store. I believe they were like $169, but that's the color that's in for decorations right now, vases and pots. Oh my god, I'm still so stuffy. Okay, so this tray, copper with butterflies, I thought was really cute. Again, great for display. And I didn't have space in my cart, so I put it at the bottom. And you'll watch me put it there. But you know what? At the end, I forgot to cash it out. I got to the door and I was piling everything in my car. And I told the girl there, I'm like, sorry, I forgot to pay for this, so you can just take this back. Look how full my cart is. I feel like this day I've challenged myself. Let's see how full I can get my cart without breaking anything. Thankfully, I didn't break anything, even though you'll watch me put these things in there like in a very, very risky, dangerous way. Look at this. What? If this falls, it will break. Look at that one too. Oh my god. I got that masking tape. Okay, so this was a magazine holder, very metal, very heavy, but it wouldn't open because they had to like kind of shut it with the zip tie thing, but so I didn't want to get it if it wasn't going to open to show me what it does, you know. Okay, I found this thing. It was like a wall hanging thing It was really heavy, really metal, and I think it was like $17.99 too. I didn't exactly know what it was. Kind of looked like a sword holder or something. You hang things from it, obviously. Or $19.99. It was $19.99. I didn't want to pay that much for such a heavy piece that I didn't even know what it was. Obviously, I'll Google it later. Yeah, I almost dropped. I almost dropped stuff off of my cart. I liked these spoons as well with the fish, but then I passed on them. Okay, so I grabbed these beer thingies because they had the cool shape with the handles, and I thought, you know, I could DIY these as well, technically. This one I believe was $6.99. The other ones were like $5.99 or something, but at the end I passed on them. Thrift stores are a great place to find full sets, especially what I like about Value Village is that they'll put the whole set for sale. So it's not just one plate, you know, so you would break it up. It was like, say, $20.99 for a set of 12, and I like that because then you can just buy the whole set, because why break up a perfectly good set? I really like the green one with the colored glass. I'm looking at this again because for the fall decor stuff, but I didn't get it. Here I'm at the beer mug section, but even though it looks like a beer mug made in Brazil, it was actually a vase type thing, and cool design on it, but it wasn't vintage. And if I wanted to DIY it, well, technically it was already the DIY color that is in right now, so I ended up putting it back. But these ones were cool. If I was into beer, or you know, I would probably grab these cool beer mugs. Okay, so the shape on this one was also awesome. It's $4.49. Once it cleaned up, it looked really pretty. But I was going to use it for DIY, which I did, so don't kill me, please. Thank you. I'm not sure if the black one was vintage. I hope not, because I did the DIY on it already. I put the paint and the baking soda to make it look all... because the shape is quite 70s, and that's what's in these days, actually. Okay, here I'm trying to figure out how to put stuff in my cart. And look at me, I'm so risky. Like, I don't know why I do this, and then how I survive. How did these things not fall over? My tray was trying to fall over, though. Got these masking tapes for $3.99 for kitchen project I'm doing for a friend. And I'm going to do her countertops, so I'll make a video of that as well. I'm showing you guys my cart, just so you can see how overflowing it is and how risky everything is. Okay, so I found this really cute witch bowl, $1.99. It's definitely my style. I'm going to have my oatmeal and yogurt in it, or soup. Okay, this is so beautiful. I thought it was a candle for some reason, but it's not. It's actually ceramic, and there's cracks in it, but that just adds more character. The detailing, and the skulls are not human, they're vampires or dragons. $3.99. It was definitely worth it. And the color, I love the color on it. I needed a bookshelf, this folding type, for my antique booth, but I didn't end up getting it, and at the time I kind of regretted it, but because somebody got it like literally 5 minutes later. But I'm glad I didn't, because I found out later that the person who's leaving the booth is leaving some bookshelves there, so I can just use those, and didn't actually have to buy this, which is good that I didn't. Okay, so I just got done with Value Village. I filled up my card. Um, anyways, there was somebody there who thought I was shopping for a film. Not sure why. I'm really excited about the the antique ancient dough bowl, wooden one that I found. Everybody when I was at Cash pointed it out and mentioned something about it. And there was somebody who had actually bought it, not here, but they said they paid like $70 for it out in the wild. I know that they go for way more, so technically for $70 they technically also got a good deal. Anyways, I'm now just packing these things in at the donation door because there were too many things for me to carry to my car. And now I'm gonna go to the thrift store across the street. So my bill at Value Village was $154. That's with the coupon. And it's not so bad technically. I mean, look at the number of things I got, and they were all gorgeous things, all very unique. I'm really happy about that little skull art vase vessel that I found, because that's so my style. Oh, and the chessboard. I found the skull chessboard, also my style, but no chess pieces. So now that's my new mission, to find chess pieces, unique chess pieces that go with that chessboard. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I'm grabbing the donation bag from my trunk, and I'm just gonna head into the Salvation Army thrift store, also on Dundas Street East in Mississauga. They say if you're gonna get lucky at the thrift store, you'll find a card, and I found the last one, so I guess it worked out. Here's the Halloween decoration. Most of them look like dollar store stuff, so I didn't grab anything. I was looking for the plates that I missed last time, the two brown ones I found, and there was a bigger one, cream colored one that was supposed to be next to it, which is missing. So I got the brown ones because they look great as fall decor, brown, orange, cream, these colors. And now I was going to have to find a plate or a platter thingy that looked good with these two. Lots of new stuff here, like these peacocks. Normally I would have jumped at them to grab them because I know they sell for something too, but wasn't feeling that right now during this trip, so I passed on them. This had a nice color palette, this cup, but there was just one, and I needed at least two to make a set. Somebody had donated their seashell nautical collection, because you'll see a lot more of these in the store. At first I thought this was vintage, but it is actually from Home Sense. But here, this is what I mean with the seashells. They're like everywhere. This one seemed like it was from like Spirit Halloween or Michael's at some point, but the sticker was torn off, and that's like the main thing, because how is a potion bottle if the sticker is not on there telling us that it's a potion bottle? So I grabbed these round thingies. I don't know what they were. There was a lot, and only for $4.99. I knew I could technically do a DIY, so I put them in my cart, and I was like, okay, I'll think about what I can do with these. By the time I got to Cash, I didn't have an idea of what I was going to do with these, even though they were wood. So I left them behind. I've said this before, but I really like that they color coordinate their shelves. It just makes everything easier, you know, especially if you're looking for something specific, you could just go to the color. This castle type thing was actually pretty cool. I didn't get it because I wasn't sure if it like goes in an aquarium. But now that I'm looking at it, probably not. I could have grabbed it. Here's more seashells. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm still so stuffy. It's so hard to do this voiceover. Those candle holders were not brass. They were hand painted. Okay, so these were brass. And you watch how I staged them. I was so excited to show you guys. I found another thing that went with it, or didn't go with it. I put it together. And when I find it, I will show you how I staged these cute brass candle holders. There were a lot of people in this thrift store too, but this time I was trying to take my time because I feel like I rush myself, or I'm looking at a shelf but I'm not actually looking if somebody's close to me or behind me. So weird, but that's what I do. This seemed like a nice piece, but if I'd gotten this for myself, I would have liked a pair. Okay, here's the middle section, as you can see, and on the opposite side is the yellow section with everything yellow. Sometimes you find really cool things here. I don't know what this green thing was doing here, but it was cute, and I think it was $2.99. A little expensive for a tiny thing, but I ended up getting it. Vintage glass, but not feeling it these days. Look at this, more glass art. I know these are expensive, and they were really expensive at the thrift store. I just can't remember the price right now, but anyways, I did not end up getting these either. This bowl was kind of cute for Christmas, but it was contemporary, so I passed on it. So I grabbed this orange bowl, and I thought maybe it will look good with the brown plates I got. So let me see. It didn't go as well as I had hoped. The orange and yellow were too bright and the plates are too small. So I left it in the cart, but I didn't end up getting the orange bowl. A very cute creamer, and it's like smoky glass, which I really like too. But it was really tiny. You could probably get like maybe make 2 cups of coffee with it or something. So I passed on it. Another candle holder. This one was vintage and I believe silver plated, but I wanted a pair, so I passed on this. Nice mixed metal chamber stick, but again, only a single piece. If it was like intricate design or brass, I would have probably gotten it, but it was not. So I was looking at this because I thought maybe it was metal, but it was actually ceramic and a contemporary piece. Even though it was nice dark colors, some design on there, but I passed on it. Found this handmade ashtray. It said Canada and it was signed. I like the color palette and I like the grooves and everything, but it was kind of chipped on the inside. So even though I put it in my cart, when I went to cash, I left it behind. This was a very cute trinket tray, signed Pinecroft, Canada. I love the color on this. I think this kind of blue and teal kind of goes with the fall decor as well. Here I am looking for that yellow plate platter thing that I missed, or I did not pick up last time, and I found this. I don't know if you guys can hear me in the video, but I was freaking out. I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's a whole set of a punch bowl with the cups and 2 ladles in there, and colored glass amber. Definitely 70s, definitely vintage. I did research, sells for like 100 and over. Actually, with these mini cups, probably sells for more. I would probably list it for 100. I'm looking on the other direction just to see, like, am I actually this excited about this punch bowl? Like, you know, calm down, let's not freak out, let's look at other things, and then I'm gonna go back to it to make the full final decision, which I do, and I do end up getting it. Don't worry, it was $19.99. Here are the comms. It was listed for $129 on Etsy and then $99 depending on the cups that it had, and this one has so many. Here I am in the other green section, and you know what I found? If you remember from my previous videos, there's always a lid here, green glass lid that doesn't have a bowl, and this time I kind of did find a bowl, so I'll show you guys in a second. Here's the bowl. Okay, it's the same company. It says recycled glass. This one was like $4.99 or $6.99. Anyways, and this is the lid that has been sitting at this thrift store for months. Okay, because it doesn't have a bowl. So I put it on top, but it didn't go inside. And I was like, does it even fit? Is it supposed to be a different size? I was excited and frustrated at the same time because I didn't think it went on top of it like that. I think it's supposed to go inside. I did some research on Google. Some of them were on the outside, some were the inside, none of them not exactly the same thing. And I put it in my cart and I carried it around, but at the end I left it. Here I found this $1.99 platter, and I'm going to try and put it on the brown plates to see if this goes, because I'm really looking for that cream plate or cream combo or even the yellow combo. It did not look nice. The plates were way too small for the square platter that I found. If there were bigger plates, it would look good. So I left it behind. Also, I think it was like a candle holder, you know, which is not a bad thing. You can just, so versatile. But I did not, I was not feeling it. Neither was I feeling this one. Way too contemporary. So I left this as well. I really like Egyptian things, and this pyramid wasn't bad, but it was kind of small. And it wasn't wood or ceramic, it was just some other material. This shape was kind of cute, but I usually don't do figurines, so I left it. Okay, so I found a platter that had a similar shape like the brown plates. I knew it was not the same color as I had seen before, where it was actually cream. This was more white, but obviously I was gonna still try to put the brown plates on it to see how it looks. And I'm struggling here, but I will eventually. Oh, this is me trying to look at this again and thinking, yeah, these two things don't go together. Anyways, I will put these together and show you in about a second. If you notice that rustic D, letter D, that was for a friend. It lights up and it's actually pretty cute. Anyway, so I put it here because I'm doing everything with one hand. I'm gonna put on the plate, and it kind of goes, but not really. You know, the color is not just right, it's too white. Here I am in the wood section, and the lamps, obviously. And I finally looked at the lamps that I thought were wood in my last, or the week before the video. These are not wood, and they're golden. For some reason, when I rewatched that video, I thought I had missed these amazing wooden lamps that were so awesome and I could paint them, but they were just those regular ornate lamps that you find. Nothing special about them, so I don't feel so bad anymore. Not sure what terracotta pottery was doing in the wood section, but I think they just did it by color. So I found these mats, I guess. I'm sure there's a better name for this, but I know you put hot items on it. It was $3.99 each, a pair, or there were 4 each in one set, and they were really cool fall colors. I loved it. Found a few of these wooden plates that were to hang, but I wasn't really feeling any of them. They were just blah. Nothing too cool. Although I do like this lamp and I look at it every time, but there's just the one of it. And okay, so I found these. It says genuine teak, and it had me at teak obviously for $2.99. It was probably it holds something. Not sure what, but guess what I did with it? I added the brass candle holders that I found earlier. I put them on there. I know they look like eyes, but it's okay. They look really cool. Then I put a couple of floating candles that I had. They're daisies, and they're black candles for the, the Halloween thing. And I set it up like a set. Look how beautiful it looks. If I sell this, the entire ensemble, I could probably get $50 to $60 for this. The fact that it has the brass and the teak, and I might sell the candles with it as well. These ones I bought from a friend who makes candles, and if I had bigger candles that were identical, I would probably use them. But I just found these ones, and I think they kind of look cute, especially since they're black. I love them. So I found this handmade wooden desktop organizer thingy that is definitely made by somebody. They did a great job. Whoever made this did a great job. It looks like it's been stained by somebody who stained the pieces after the fact. So I got this for my daughter because I'm trying to get her her dressing table set up so she can organize her things with the little drawers and everything. So I think that was a good find. These are salt and pepper shaker holders, but I didn't find the shakers, so I left the holder. Here's another salad bowl. I have 2 of these right now, so I'm gonna leave this one behind. Okay, so this duck looked like, with the straight lines, looked like it was teak, but it said teal. 1983, Ron Sadler, for $3.99. It wasn't bad, but the neck of the duck seemed like it was glued on, and I wasn't sure if it was teak because it didn't say teak, it said teal. Not sure what was going on there. Another one of those plates that I found boring. So, moving on. So this terracotta pottery hanging thing, normally I would pick this up, but I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. Then this is one of those trays you put on your lap trays in bed, and I wanted to get it. It was like wood shaped or colored, but it was kind of dirty in the back, and I didn't want to have to deal with dirty fabric. Just too complicated. Oh my god, I missed some shelves at the bottom. No. Okay, we're moving into the art section. This is where I found a very expensive painting. I'll show you. This is Rebel's Record. This is not the expensive painting. I left this one behind. Here it is. It was for $19.99, and it's like it had a $3.99 sticker on it, which I knew did not belong to it. So the shadow work on this told me that this was something special. So I put it down and then I Googled searched right away, and this is what I found. This painting goes for $1,500 online. This is what it looks like online for $15.95 with the frame and everything. I think it looks better with the white around it than the green that it currently has, so I might change that. Here I am picking up more spoons for 99 cents each. You know I love my teak spoons, so there's that. I'm really excited about the painting. I haven't staged it yet, and like I said, I might change the color of the matting on there. I did buy this stainless steel knife thingy, but I haven't used it for anything yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll just sell it. It's for $1.99. This is a dough mixer thing with you mix something with the dough. So I got this. I thought it was kind of cool for $2.99. Not sure if I'll ever use it, so might sell that one as well. Here's the cauldron that I missed last time or the time before, and I finally got it, and it has like the lid on there that's kind of airtight, so I can actually put my tea bags. I don't know what it says. I can't read this. I don't know what it is. Anyways, I think I could put my tea bags in it and put it on the counter like a little witch's cauldron, you know. I like my spooky stuff. Not scary stuff, not gory stuff, not actually scary stuff. I just like the spooky vibe, but the dark Victorian vibe. I left this tray behind even though it looked like it was pewter. It wasn't really calling out to me. Here's a painting I got from my daughter's room. She loves mushrooms. She's into that. It was $14.99 and it was framed and everything and hand painted. It was not a print. So I thought this was an excellent buy for a watercolor painting this big and framed and has the mushrooms. Yeah, I just have to set it up in her room, make space on her walls first because she has posters, and then put this guy up too. Okay, here you look at this boat and this beautiful painting with the silver frame. You're like, oh my God, is this real? They listed it for $39.99. I was like, whoa, what? It might be worth it if it's original, you know? And then I turned it over, and guess what? It was from HomeSense for $79.99. They just cut the price in half and put it up for $39.99, and it's not even an original painting. It's a print. Because HomeSense doesn't sell originals. You know, thrift stores don't really know how to price their things. If they had done a little bit of research on the painting I got, they would have listed that for $40 at least, not 20. And then this one for 20, so people could actually buy a HomeSense painting here. This one was also a beautiful print. I liked the movement and the dance in there that you could see. It goes for a little bit online, nothing too big though, nothing huge. Anyways, look what I found on that shelf. The plate or platter that I was looking for. It's not yellow, you know, it's like a different kind of, it's like mustard with brown, and it went so well with my brown plates, and I think this was the best thing to do, even though I didn't find the cream platter, but these look so good with it. I put them together and I thought, you know, if I was to give this as a gift to somebody, it'd be so cool. But I would probably sell this entire set with the 2 plates for $35. Then I found this thing. I think I wanted this in my kitchen to put the number of ladles and stuff that I have on there, because sometimes I have more than one, but I haven't used it in my kitchen yet. Okay, so these blue bowls had the best blue color. It was so vibrant, and this is the blue that I have in my living room that I matched the white with. So these bowls I'm going to keep for myself. I even had some soup on in it the same day. And I think they look beautiful. They look great in my cupboard as well. They're signed Studio Pottery. What more could I ask for? I do want golden spoons though. The golden spoons in this, like brass spoons in this blue, would look so good. This shelf would have been good for my antique booth, but a good thing I didn't get it because of shelves already being there. Just checking out the furniture section. Nothing great was happening. Things were actually expensive. Not sure what this was. There wasn't enough on the box for me to know what it was. And I didn't really see a price. Plus, I was really tired and it was time to go home. Here's some of the stuff on the shelf where I found that mustard platter. These were plastic. Not sure why they're important. Maybe because of the bird on them. Something was up with these. I'm not sure. I mean, they looked special, but they were plastic. I usually don't buy plastic plates, so I left those behind. And then I checked out some more things and basically left. It was a good haul. Okay, so my bill at the Salvation Army thrift store was $162, and that's with the 20% discount. What I learned today was that Value Village has a 20% coupon when you donate stuff, but up to $10 only. And when you spend $50 and more. And here at the Salvation Army thrift store, there's no limit on the amount that you can get as a discount. So my total was close to $200, and after the discount it came to $162. So that's $40 technically, which means I got this painting for free technically. And I'm really excited about today's haul. I'm gonna try and stage some of these things to show you guys, and also try and do a total of how much I would make if I was to sell them at the prices that I usually post things at, which is normally slightly lower than what they're selling online. This painting is $1,500, so right away my $300 bill is basically already given me $1,500. So the other stuff that I got, especially I have to do and go and do a appraisal on the dough, the wooden dough bowl, and see how much that sells for. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Please remember to subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments, please comment down below and like and share. Have a good day.